Following the ceasefire agreed between Pakistan and India, the situation on the border between the two countries began to show relatively calm stability. In this atmosphere, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Muhammad Shehbaz Sharif, made an important visit to Pasrur Encampment in Sialkot, an area that had previously been a crucial point in military tensions. During his visit, the Prime Minister was accompanied by a number of senior ministers, including the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister of Defense, Minister of Planning and Development, and Minister of Information. This visit was not merely symbolic, but a form of state appreciation for the courage and professionalism of the Pakistani military in dealing with the conflict that had just subsided. In his passionate speech before the officers and soldiers of the armed forces, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif expressed his highest praise for the success of the defense operation named Marka-e-Haq. This operation is considered a milestone in the assertiveness of the Pakistani military in defending the country's sovereignty from external aggression. The valiant Pakistan Armed Forces, strengthened by the unwavering resolve of the nation, defended the homeland in a heroic manner and dealt a decisive blow to the cowardly aggression of the enemy, the Prime Minister said in a statement that was later broadcast by various national media outlets. He added that history will record how in a matter of hours, Pakistani troops managed to neutralize what was considered a unilateral and unwarranted attack by India. With unmatched precision and determination, the defenders of our homeland quelled the unprovoked aggression, he said. The visit is also part of the government's efforts to boost the morale of soldiers and demonstrate civilian solidarity with the military. The government reiterated that there would be no compromise on national sovereignty and that any threat to Pakistan's territory would be met with full force. The Indian government is reportedly considering taking drastic steps to cut off trade ties with Turkey. This step is a form of deep disappointment with Turkey's attitude, which openly supports Pakistan in the prolonged conflict with India, especially regarding the Kashmir region. According to sources from the Indian government, this decision was not only triggered by Turkey's diplomatic statements supporting Pakistan, but also by Ankara's concrete actions in supplying weapons and ammunition to Islamabad. This is considered an action that hurts India's trust in Turkey as an international partner. Despite pressure from India, Turkey still shows no signs of changing its position. On various occasions, Turkish officials have stated that they will continue to support Pakistan as a friendly country, including on issues concerning security and sovereignty. India cannot continue economic relations with a country that openly sides with our enemies, said a senior Indian official who asked to remain anonymous. We cannot negotiate with those who stab us in the back. The statement refers to the recent situation where Turkey, according to Indian intelligence reports, has supplied sophisticated weapons to Pakistan. India views this move as interference in regional affairs and a violation of diplomatic norms. Tensions between India and Pakistan have been simmering for a long time, especially over the disputed region of Kashmir. Pakistan claims part of the region, while India considers the entire region an integral part of its country. In recent years, Turkey has consistently shown solidarity with Pakistan, including in various international forums, such as the UN General Assembly and the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan even said that the situation in Kashmir is similar to the struggle of the Palestinian people. This attitude has infuriated India. The Indian government believes that Turkey does not understand the complexity of the situation and prefers to side with Pakistan without considering India's historical and constitutional facts in the Kashmir region. What makes India even more disappointed is the fact that they have just provided humanitarian aid to Turkey, after the earthquake that rocked the southeastern region of the country some time ago. We stood with the Turkish people in their difficult times, but what we received in return was diplomatic betrayal, said another Indian official involved in coordinating the aid. The Indian government is currently undertaking a comprehensive review of all aspects of bilateral relations with Turkey, including trade, defense, education and tourism cooperation, and economic sanctions are likely to be imposed in the near future. India is one of Turkey's important trading partners in the South Asian region. The total trade value between the two countries is recorded at more than $10 billion per year, with major products such as steel, chemicals, machinery, electronics, and textiles. With the threat of severing trade ties, Turkey is likely to lose one of its major export markets in the region. The move could also have an impact on Turkish businessmen and companies that have business interests in India. "We have strategic relations with Pakistan, and that will not change," said a senior official from the Turkish Foreign Ministry. Turkey will always stand with the Pakistani people in every situation, including their struggle in Kashmir. Turkey's decision to stick with Pakistan reflects Ankara's increasingly bold foreign policy direction in taking an independent stance, despite the diplomatic and economic risks. Some analysts believe that Turkey is using its relationship with Pakistan to expand its influence in South Asia, while challenging India's dominance in the region. Military relations between Turkey and Pakistan have also continued to grow in recent years. India, which has always prioritized a diplomatic approach in dealing with the Kashmir issue, now feels the need to send a strong signal to countries that unilaterally support Pakistan. Amid these tensions, a number of countries that are friends of India have called for both sides to exercise restraint and resolve their differences peacefully. However, with the situation heating up and trust eroding, the restoration of India-Turkey relations seems likely to take quite some time. The growing military ties between Pakistan and Turkey have further strengthened India's perception that Ankara is no longer a reliable partner. India feels the need to send a clear signal to the world that those who support their enemies must be prepared to bear the strategic and economic consequences. Amidst these rising tensions, a number of friendly countries have called for de-escalation and a peaceful resolution. However, the reality on the ground shows that the diplomatic wounds between India and Turkey are deep, and that restoring relations will not be easy in the near future. This situation also opens up room for changing geopolitical dynamics in the South Asian region. Turkey, with its increasingly close ties with Pakistan, could become a new player challenging India's dominance, while India is likely to deepen alliances with like-minded countries in isolating actors it deems unneutral. Against the backdrop of the unresolved Kashmir conflict and the escalating diplomatic tensions between India and Turkey, the future of relations between the two countries depends heavily on their respective geopolitical calculations. As long as Turkey's support for Pakistan continues, normalization of relations seems far from reach.